All right, we are live. We are still here. Where are we? We're in the white padded room. That is not. It doesn't feel like we're in Barcelona, but we actually are. We're at Spring IO. Actually, you can't really see it. There you go, Spring IO. It's right. It's right there. Where is everybody else joining us from? That's my question. Like, we're in Barcelona. We did our part. We're in the nice part of the world. You know. Oh, Simon Martinelli. Do you know Simon?
Of course.
You, of course.
Who doesn't know Simon?
Who doesn't know Simon? Yeah, the one and only. So and I'm joined today. We're in Barcelona. We're at Spring IO, which is beautiful. But I'm joined by my friend here, Laurencio.
Hey.
Spilca.
Yep.
Is that pronounced correctly?
Perfect.
And the first part is
Laurencio.
Laurencio.
But Laur is fine.
Laur. Okay.
Everyone knows me.
Simon, you're in rainy Switzerland. Well, but we actually, I had him on the show. I had Simon on the show. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Like you were on this very show. We did a live stream together in a noisy upstairs
I
area.
saw him expressing his jealousy on Twitter later. We are sorry, Simon, but
Yeah,
we're having a lot of fun here. Just to know.
yeah, we would cry for you, but that would be the only moisture in the air. You should come here. Yeah, totally. Next time, you know. Okay, so oops, hello people. We're gonna
Are you wrapping up?
we're gonna come on in. We're gonna just do a live stream. What's up?
No, because we wanted to talk this time.
Okay, cheers. Yeah. So yeah, we're in wonderful Barcelona. I'm exhausted, but you must be more exhausted. What have you been doing here?
Well, past couple of days, actually past 4 days, because we had a lot of events. No, we had an event on Tuesday evening, then Wednesday evening, and now the couple of days of conference. The second one is almost over. No.
Yeah.
This morning I also delivered a talk. So
So very busy schedule. And what are you talking about?
So I've been talking about integration testing for Spring Security. So basically, two topics that mix important topics, that mix very well together. Because
Did you talk about test jars?
No,
Okay.
not as containers. I went just into the Spring Security class design and how to use it in Spring integration tests in general.
Oh, that's so cool. So like, is that the mock user and stuff like that?
Yeah, with mock user, with user details, how to create your custom annotation, to create a custom authentication object in the security context, stuff that you need probably in every project.
Yeah,
you use
like
Spring Security, and who doesn't use Spring Security?
No,
you know what I mean?
if you don't, you're doing it wrong. Yeah, that's for sure. I would argue you're. This is one of those things. It's fun. You work in security. You seem to specialize in that. You've got a book, a wonderful book, Spring Security in Action, which came out last year.
Actually, the second edition is just this month has been released. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, look, we got a fan. Look at that. Thank you. I'm so glad you mentioned that. He's been. They've been reading the book, and really helps them to understand more. And that's true. I'm a big fan.
I got plenty of messages on Twitter and LinkedIn these couple of days, and I want to say that I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much for all your nice words.
There you go. That's awesome. And you've also got a YouTube channel?
Yes.
Which one is that?
So you'll be found by my name.
Laur Spilca?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you search it, 20K plus subscribers.
Nice.
Already, so I'm happy with that.
Very good. Yeah. So you're busy, and you've been talking about security here. You just mentioned doing integration testing with Spring Security. And so the idea is, if you build an API, it's very easy to get focused on the API itself, but you don't know if it's actually usable until you've actually gone through the security layer, right?
Yeah.
And it's very tempting to kind of ignore that, but you can't, right?
I mean, if you don't test also your integrations today, all our applications are mainly a big bunch of dependencies, and then your code is like they're small, no? Right. So if you focus only on your code, on your business implementation, then you skip all the other stuff, and then suddenly you increase a version, something happens, and you don't know if you introduce a vulnerability, for example, in Spring Security, or do something else. Having integration tests with any dependency from my point of view. So today I talked about Spring Security, but this is something that applies to any dependency.
Right.
It's essential, because otherwise you can't know simply the simple act of upgrading a version might might break your stuff there, and you
Right.
don't even have a way to know it. No?
Right, and that's because it's auto configuration. Something might have changed.
Yeah.
You need to have a harness to make sure you.
Even that, and
Wow.
then upgrading is mandatory as well. No, you can't just stay on the same.
No, and because that's even
Spring
more
Boot
secure.
3.3 just been released. You have to upgrade to Spring Boot 3.3.
Yeah.
No, so
Are you already on Spring Boot 3.3?
not yet. I don't want to lie, but it's very soon on the list. So,
Right.
so somewhere in the next couple of weeks, probably the upgrade will come.
I mean,
from-
it did just come out. Like I think it was like last week or 2
Yeah,
weeks
yeah.
ago.
It's just
yeah. You're forgiven,
I'm not the. Yeah, I'm just not can't do that instantaneously. Yeah.
but you're not
But
on 3.1.
today I used 3.3 in the demo. So
Yes.
yeah,
But you're not on 3.1. That's important.
no. of
Okay.
course.
So for people who don't know,
3.5 or something like that.
3.1 is no longer under open source support.
Yeah.
Right. So that we have a moving. I guess it's a year, right? Because every Spring Boot release comes out 6 months later. So we support the last two. So 3.3, 3.2.
Yeah.
Therefore, 3.1 is no longer in the open source support. So do yourself a favor and do us a favor and do everybody a favor. Move to, well, ideally 3.3, but at least 3.2, right? And 3.3 is out, it's GA, it's open source. So I would do that instead. Okay. Anyway, so security. And you and I have talked about this. When you talk about security, are you talking about just like, can you do OAuth mock integration testing, or do you do like username and password? Like, what are you trying to show?
In the end, you end up with an authentication object in the security context,
Right.
and that's regardless of what kind of authentication you have. So
Right.
today we focus mostly on authorization rather than authentication.
Okay, given an
Yeah.
authentication object in the context, security
Exactly.
context holder, does this filter let me access his endpoint?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. Right. And that's a part of the Spring security test module,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So, and
Everything comes out of the box with Spring. That's why we use Spring.
Yeah,
It's
I don't wanna think
very
about this stuff.
compatible.
well, but even there, you know what? Everything comes out of the box, which is what you want. Every problem you could have, there's probably a solution or close to almost. But then people complain that there's too much to learn. And I'm like, you got to test, you got to know security. It's not unreasonable that we have support for both testing and security. It's up to you to like meet us halfway here, learn that stuff, and then go to your
I
channel.
mean, there are two options. No, you either have something and you have to learn it, or you build it yourself. I'm not sure what to choose.
I think it's pretty obvious which one I would choose. And it is. I think it's easier to imagine that you have built a solution that will suffice, but it's never true, right? This is another thing. It blew my mind when I first learned that people can break passwords based on how long the system takes to give you a negative result, right? Side channel attack,
Yeah.
right? Like if you enter a password, like think about the user flow. Somebody enters a password, goes to the server encrypts it so that and then it compares that encrypted
Yeah.
hashed version of the password with the one that's in the database, which
That's
is
why
also
you
encrypted.
have algorithms now
Right.
that intentionally slow down.
Yeah.
That, no?
Spring Security does that,
Yeah.
right? And that's just, but again, unless you're in the security world, you're gonna forget this. You're not gonna know this, right? The Spring Security stuff does this for you.
It covers you, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in general, dependencies projects in Spring they took into considerations all these kinds of aspects. No, like for example, when you use Spring Data, you don't worry about the dependency injection. No, and yeah,
That's another one. Is if you're using Spring Data, you can do multi-tenancy based on the current authenticated user,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Which is incredibly cool. But also, I would have, if I had built my own ORM, eventually I would be like, oh, well, I want to have a query that executes in the context of the logged in user. I don't want to get all the data. I want to get all the data for Laur, for J Long or whatever, L Spilca or Josh, J Long, L Spilca. I'm trying to do the first letter and then the last name. I want to do that. And so you can use spell expressions to automatically have that injected from the current authentication in your annotations, Well, it's so obvious when you think about it, but most people don't think about it. They don't even realize they need this, Yeah, just amazing. What amazing.
I've seen people just taking the full select everything from the table and then filtering
In Java code?
in the application. No, it still happens nowadays, but
Oh man.
when things are so easy, in Java,
Yeah.
you should just put there a spell and that's it.
So this stuff is really, really important. Okay, so integration testing. How are you doing? What's the? Well, first of all, have you seen the passkey stuff?
I'm not sure.
Okay, we should talk about this.
Yeah.
I would love for you to feedback on this. I'm sure because you have all people, you are like, oh my God, the expert in this. Rob Winch, our friend, our friend Rob Winch, has been working on a implementation for web auth and passkeys, and it's on his GitHub repository. And I think we were trying to get it in the last spring security release, but it's just not ready yet. But it's usable already, right? And you can try it out now. And he actually, do you know our friend? Do you know Daniel Garnier?
Yeah,
of course, so. Yeah. He and I did a talk at DevOps France on this.
Okay.
But it's not in Spring Security yet.
Yeah, it's not yet, but, and I didn't have the chance to take a look deeply on it because this month was a little bit crazy for me. So,
but I would love.
I need to do that.
We
I
need
will
you.
do that. I will.
Yeah, like so I want power because me, I'm in a I don't know anything. Like having a power user would be so good. Yeah, but then also passkeys I think is really interesting right now, right? The multi-factor, like use your fingerprint for security. Like how do you that's why you want that mock user with mock user annotation, because I don't have the ability to set up a fingerprint every single time a CI environment runs, right? I just want to have this mock.
99% of the cases you test the authorization configurations,
right?
Because they are independent and unique per each endpoint or method or whatever you put there. So it makes sense. I mean, how many authentication methods do you have usually? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. This is a limited number, and usually small. So it makes sense to test it only once, and then have a decoupled way in which you test the authentication and authorization. Right?
Yes, it's so good. So that's really cool. And then of course you and I also, I think we're both big fans of the Spring Authorization Server, which is like, you saw the new 1.3 release just came out? Oh my God, like
a lot of
multi-tenancy stuff, exactly. It's just, that's another thing. Multi-tenancy is now even better, more easy out of the box. I think the auth server, honestly, I think that's going to be one of the, because it's just such every organization needs security, every single one. They all do. And so if they haven't got a solution, then I'm hoping they'll choose this.
Right? And I know already, like many organizations started writing their own authorization server.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I think just a few months ago I had a discussion with some guys. I can't give names, of course, but they wanted to build an authorization server, and of course the discussions were about whether should they use a third party, should they use a Spring authorization server, but
Keycloak.
If you want something custom for you of your own, Spring authorization server makes a lot of sense, because you don't want to
just auto-config
everything from the beginning.
Right.
You just have all the things. You just assemble them like Lego.
No? Yes. That's the best way. And look, Okta is great. Keycloak is great. There's nothing. It's just about philosophy, right? And then for the Spring Auth server, you get a lot of the features that you need. I'm not saying it has everything. Nothing has everything, except for maybe Active Directory. But even that, it's too much, maybe. But with Auth server, you're right. You start with just auto config. You want to override something, define a bean, right? Like it fits in my brain naturally.
And that's a Spring developer, you love it, no? Because it's Spring.
Right.
It's Spring, so you see it. It's like very that feeling when you put a net bean on something.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a really, really good idea. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is going to be an exciting time. What are you looking forward to next? Like, what is the thing you're working on next?
This summer I will take a break. But then the fall, I need a break. I need breaks. I mean, the past 4 years I've been writing 5 books in total, which is a heavy amount of time invested and energy and stuff. So I really feel that I need a break. So probably the next couple of months I will just have a break. Of course, I will still be on social media. I'm still answering questions. I still have the YouTube channel. I'm still doing live events. No worries, guys. I will be there. I'm just taking a break from writing books and attending events.
That's amazing.
Like events, But then we have the fall coming, and we have plenty of events usually during the fall. Like the DevOps Belgium, we have Vox Cluj, we have. You
and I tried to submit a talk for DevOps UK.
You were nearly there, no?
Nearly there. I mean, we both tried. Anybody in the audience, would you like to see security legend Laur Spilca and also me legend.
Tweet
and then
it.
yeah, tweet or put it in the chat.
If you want that, tweet it. We
Yeah.
want Josh and Laur
Yeah.
in the same talk.
Because I just want to know. I like maybe I don't know why they didn't. It seems like just having you would be a great talk, and then I would enjoy it too.
I'm looking so much forward to have next talks, preferably deliver them together with someone, like because it's a community in the end, and we all work and have the same feelings, and we feel the same about Java, about Spring, about everything we do. So it's a different feeling. No, working with someone like we did for Spring One last year. Now I worked with Joe.
Joe Granja.
Exactly.
I love him.
It was amazing. Unfortunately, it wasn't in person, but it was still amazing. And that it's a different feeling when you work with someone.
100% agreed. And also, you get diversity of ideas because nobody knows everything. But also for me personally, the reason I started doing joint talks was because I got bored of hearing myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I just want somebody else to.
And you want some ideas. Like sometimes I do feel stuck when I'm writing my presentation, and I feel like I know there should be something more, but what is that? And then I lose time thinking about what should I put there, because I think I know it's not I lost something on the road, and it takes me so much time. But when you work with someone, then it's exactly like pair programming. Exactly.
So yes, help Laura and I get a chance to pair program people. I think it's going to be great. We should submit a talk at one of these conferences coming up. Somebody's going to like accept it, you know. DevX UK wanted it. There's just no space. Because we applied late, right?
Yeah, we applied late. Yeah.
I'm sure they would have, if they had space, we would have been okay. But somebody. Let's do this.
Yeah.
What about there's the other DevX? Not
Belgium.
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 We could do that one.
In the fall, we can do that. Yeah.
That's a small show. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, DevX France. Did you go to DevX France this year?
No, this year. Actually, I haven't ever been to DevX France.
You should go. You'll love it. But also, it's the biggest Java conference in Europe.
Is it?
Now. It might be the biggest in the world. I don't know. It was like 4,000 people, something like that. It was huge because they doubled the floors.
Wow.
So now there's like twice as much content, twice as many people. Like before, it's just one big, massive convention center floor, but only one floor. But there's two. So now they have double, and it's just oh my god, it's just enormous. So now I think
enthusiastic people. No, I love that part of the world. Then
Me too.
I love it.
And
they have cheese, they have wines. No.
Yeah. You know what I wish though? I wish there were more Italian. There's Vox Days Ticino, which is Switzerland. They have Vox Days not Rome. What's the other one Milano.
Maybe. Yeah, they have.
They've got a few, but I want like a DevOps. DevOps Italy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But France. So France is the biggest. It's bigger than DevOps Belgium now.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds amazing. I didn't know that.
So you and I could practice our talk for Belgium, and then like take it to the real show, the big show, France. I'm kidding. They're both great. I'm just kidding. But like, we should do both. But Belgium that's a huge show, and it's also the oldest I think it's one of the oldest, if not the oldest in Europe. It's like 20 years, right? Like it's been around. So, okay, my friend. I don't know so you're Laur Spilca. You've got we talked about your YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ LAURSPILCA.
Exactly.
Okay. And at LAURSPILCA on Twitter and LinkedIn.
Yeah, whatever social media. Usually LinkedIn and Twitter.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Muito mesc. Appreciate you. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.